.h and .m files, which I'll describe to you in a second. So we have these MJ view controller H and MJ view controller M. By default, they were created by default when we created the project. And by default, they are linked to our home screen here, the first screen that we had. They're the view controllers for that screen. We since created another view controller. However, Apple doesn't automatically create H&M files for that view controller, so we have to create them ourselves. So to do that, we have to go into the File, New, click File. It's going to be an Objective-C class, so hit Next. And let's call this Coin Controller, right? Since that's controlling the coin. We're going to actually, you probably have to scroll down and find this, but you want to look for UI View Controller, right? And we can get rid of that. It by default adds that extension to it. So this is going to be a view controller. So that's the type we need. Okay, we can leave them unchecked and hit Next and just put it into our project. Create. So by default, you should be all set there. And bam, there we have our two files. So, however, when they come in, they're not associated with anything. So we need to associate them with this view controller here. So to do that, we got to click off and click on, you know, whatever you have to do to. So you want to select this view controller, and then you're going to click on the identity inspector, and then the last thing you have to do is down here you want to click on view controller. See this little thing here, view controller, and that gives you in here in custom class, it should allow you to see all the all the view controller files, and this is the one we just created, right? The coin view controller. So we're going to select that one, and now we should be all set. And there's a cool little thing that I'm going to show you. So if you have this view controller selected, if you click, see this little tuxedo up here, this is the assistant editor. Click that, and it shows you the actual the files that are associated with that view controller. And we have MJ coin controller here and H&M. So, and we actually want to go into the H file because we're going to now associate some of the objects on this view controller with these files so that we can do some interactivity with them. So we're going to click on our little label here that says result, and we're going to hold down the control key, click and drag, and drop it right in between the interface and the end tags. Let go, and this will pop up for you. By default, it knows that it's a label, so you can leave everything there by default. And we're going to call this result, all lowercase, okay? And then just hit connect. Now a connection is made between them, okay? And actually, if you go over here and look, you can kind of see that this is the a reference was made between the H file and our view controller. So we're going to do the same thing with our button. We're going to hold down the control key and drag and drop, and this is a button, so we actually don't want to go with an outlet. We want to go with an IB action, so we're going to hit action there, and everything else we can leave the same, but we're going to call this toss, okay, and we'll hit connect. All right. So now we have an IB action toss, which I'll explain to you how that works in a second.